Level low lifting northward out of the deep south. Rain showers, few rumbles of thunder returning on this Monday, and unfortunately that low is going to take a couple of days to get out of here. So unsettled weather on tap as we head through Wednesday. Now, good news, warming up nicely into the 80s by Thursday. In fact, could be one of our warmer days so far here in 2025. Now, it gets that warm, and of course, we got a frontal boundary coming in, so we'll have to watch for the potential of a few strong storms that looks like late on Friday. The rain now shifting east of I-75 much of the early to mid-afternoon. It was here in Lexington and running right up and down the interstate, but with the low beginning to shift to the east, it's back across parts of West Tennessee. You've got a pretty solid shield of rain here shifting out into eastern Kentucky. Now it's moving from south to north. And you got heavy rain here there between Pineville and Harlan along the Bell-Harlan County line, and then stretching up through Hyden, also Frenchburg, Campton, Stanton, Irvin, Beattyville, and Boonville, all seeing steady rain, so not the best afternoon commute. As mentioned, typically stuff comes west to east, but with the counterclockwise flow around that low, everything going against the grain. Look how those storms are really ramping up into parts of west central Tennessee. Those may lift into western Kentucky, but I think once we lose the sunshine and the sun goes down, a lot of that stuff's going to go by the wayside. A little wet in Mount Sterling, 68. Temperatures, of course, east of I-75 have really been held in check. Example A here, Jackson County near McKees, 65. Some raindrops on the camera lens there at the Kentucky Mesonet site. So mid-60s under the clouds and the rain in the east. Finally managed to warm it up a little bit. Low even mid-70s, especially across the western part of the viewing area. Definitely feeling a little muggy out there with those dew points in the low to mid-60s. So the upper low, it's going to spin right overhead tomorrow, and we'll see kind of a similar scenario to today. Again, what we've got out there now after the sun goes down, other than an isolated shower or two, should be pretty quiet overnight. We start out around 60, and then we'll kind of light it up again tomorrow. Don't think it'll be overly widespread, but you see some of these could produce some locally heavy rain, so keep that in mind. So we're dealing with that for a couple days. Thursday we should be good, and it will be probably the nicest day of the next few. In fact, we'll be on the backside of that upper low on Wednesday, so just a few showers, and then look what happens. This warm front arcs through and we get into some summer-like air, mid-80s for afternoon highs. That frontal boundary, that's going to come into play as we head toward the end of the week. Here in the short term, with that upper low around probably maybe 3/4, upwards of an inch and a quarter, inch and a half in some spots if you get a heavier downpour. So later in the period here, looks warm and a little bit stormy because you've got high pressure set up over the Gulf and the jet stream dipping down, and that kind of puts the central plains, the Missouri River Valley and the Ohio Valley. A lot of warmth, and that's going to help fuel the storms. Storm Prediction Center's extended severe weather outlook as that front barrels in Thursday just to our northwest. Now they've got western Kentucky, West Tennessee, Missouri, and Arkansas Friday. Just based on the latest data, they'll probably end up shifting that eastward. So it looks like the window here in central and eastern Kentucky could potentially be on Friday evening into the overnight hours. Something we'll keep an eye on. Lingering showers after we see those diminish out to the east this evening. Temperatures not bad in the morning, 60, 75 tomorrow afternoon. Scattered showers and storms. Again, the nicest day will be on Thursday, 85. So feeling almost summer-like. We'll watch that storm threat. Then the front moves in and kind of slows down. A couple little waves of energy riding along it. Don't think we'll see a washout this weekend. Just a few scattered storms from time to time. So just if you've got outdoor plans, take the rain gear along because you may need it. But temperatures still looking good with afternoon highs in the mid to upper 70s.